In about 7 verses or so. Did y'all learn? Because we're going to get tests later on all the people that you just heard about. I have done Christmas shows here and Celtic concerts here at this beautiful Lutheran church, and it's a delight to be back. My thanks go to Pastor Betty, who's not here today, but also Paul and Alice Hankey. Would you please give them a big round of applause? And so for the next little while, we're going to sing some songs of early America, which might include an old Irish or Scottish song or two, and hopefully you'll have a good time. We hope so. We only have about 6 hours to sing for you today, so we should get started. This next song actually predates the American Revolution a little bit, and it kind of goes like this. Good old colony days, when we lived under the king, lived a miller and a weaver and a little tailor. Three jolly Rosalie, three jolly Rosalie, three jolly Rosalie, lived a miller and a weaver and a little tailor. Three jolly Rosalie. Now the miller he stole corn, the weaver he stole yarn, and the little tailor he stole run for to keep these 3 roads warm. Or to keep these 3 roads warm, or to keep these 3 roads warm, and the little tailor is stole run up for to keep these 3 roads warm. Well, the miller drowned in his dam, and the weaver still hanging his yarn, and the devil put his paw on the little tailor with his broad cloth under his arm, with his broad cloth under his arm, with his broad cloth under his arm, and the devil put his paw on the little tailor with his broad cloth under his arm. Still around in his dam, and the weaver still hangs in his yarn, and nobody's heard from the little tailor with his broad cloth under his arm, with his broad cloth under his arm, with his broad cloth under his arm, and nobody's heard from the little tailor with his broad cloth under his arm. A seaman proud and bold, of times I'd sail on the ocean. I would sail it o'er and o'er again for honor and promotion. On board a man of war, a merchant man, many be the battle that I've been in. It was all for the honor of George Washington, and I'll still be the jolly, jolly soldier. Washington, and I'll still be the jolly, jolly soldier. I sailed with Captain John Paul Jones. We sailed this whole world round, boys. We met the Serapis off England's shores, for one ball drove her down, boys. On board a man of war, a merchant man, many be the battle that I've been in. It was all for the honor of George Washington, and I'll still be the jolly, jolly soldier. On board a man of war, a merchant man, many be the battle
songs that have to do with the American Revolution. Of course, that was the biggest event of the period, and one of the two big events in our nation's history. We're also going to sing some songs that don't have anything to do with war or conflict. Songs that you would have heard at the fireside, at farmers' homes, perhaps in the kitchen, which was always the place to gather. That's where it always was warm. There was always food, much like today here in the winter. And the old Revolutionary era would have stories to tell and songs, oftentimes from the old country. Back in those days, back in the American Revolution, really until the end of it, so many people considered themselves British citizens who were being, unjustly discriminated against. Even General Washington, right up until the beginning of the American Revolution, considered himself a British citizen. At the end of the war, of course, all that changed. But they brought their songs, and when they came to the United States with their songs, or the colony states, really, they changed them around a little bit. Sometimes a melody would change, a word or two, a place name. Songs from towns would change, if they're back from Ireland or Scotland or England, or even from Germany or France. Well, this next song is just an old farmer song. It comes from England, and it's a song called The Fox. Well, the fox went out on a chase one night, and he prayed to the moon to give him light. He had many a mile to go that night before he reached the town. Oh, town, town, he had many a mile to go that night before he reached the town. Oh. Well, he ran till he came to a big pen where the ducks and the geese were kept there. In company, you were going to grease my chin before I leave this town. Oh, town, oh, town, oh, well, in company, you were going to grease my chin before I leave this town. Oh. And he grabbed the gray goose by the neck, threw the duck right across his back, and he didn't mind. Quack, 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 and the legs all dangling down. Oh, down, oh, down, oh, didn't mind. Quack, 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 the legs all dangling down. Oh. Can you hear me okay back there? Okay. So the farmer's wife looked weird, right, she stuck her head out in the night. She cried, John, John, the gray goose is gone. The fox is on the town. Oh, down, oh, down, oh. She cried, John, John, the gray goose is gone. The fox is on the town. Oh. So the farmer ran to the top of the hill, and he blew his horn both loud and shrill. The fox he said, better leave it like you'll soon be on my tail. Oh, tail, oh, tail, oh. And the fox he said, better leave it like you'll soon be on my tail. Oh. How'd that fox run there, Dad? So he ran till he came back home to the den, and there were the little ones, 8, 9, 10. They said, Daddy, Daddy, go back again. It must be a mighty fine town. Oh, town, oh, town, oh. They said, Daddy, Daddy, better go back again. It must be a mighty fine town. Oh, town, oh, town, oh. They said, Daddy, Daddy, better go back again. It must be a mighty fine town. Oh. Well, here's a bit of a lament. Actually, this song dates back to 17th century Ireland in the key of D minor. And the song was popular in the United States, the young United States, during the American Revolution. It was also very popular during the American Civil War. And it's a song that is sung from the perspective of a young lady whose sweetheart is off to war. And the song is really timeless. If you go to any generation, really, that has a conflict that might separate a family. And the song is called Johnny is Gone for a Soldier. Shul, 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 time can only heal my wounds. Every tear would turn a mill. Johnny's gone for a soldier. Here I sit on buttermilk hill. Who would lamely cry my fill? Every tear would turn a mill. Johnny's gone for a soldier. Shoo, 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 time can only heal my wounds. Every tear would turn a mill.
Johnny's gone for a soldier. I sold my flax, sold my wheat, to buy my love a sword of steel, so in battle he might hear. Johnny's gone for a soldier. Shul, 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 a cry. Time can only heal my wounds. Every tear would turn a mill. Johnny's gone for a soldier. Oh my baby, oh my love, all the rainbow gone. Your father was my only love. Johnny's gone for a soldier. Shul, 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 cry. Time can only heal my wounds. Every tear would turn blue. Johnny's gone for a soldier. Johnny's gone for a soldier. Johnny's gone for a soldier.
Well, Tad is dressed up as more of a city boy today than I am. He looks like, kind of like Ben Franklin, doesn't he? Kind of like Ben Franklin walking down the streets of colonial Philadelphia. And I'm kind of more of a rifleman, or wearing a sort of a hunter's frock here, and some guy who might be out in the sticks. Actually, where I live, in Chester County, Pennsylvania, it was kind of the frontier at that time. In Philadelphia, you had the Quakers, and then you had about 20 miles out, a whole bunch of kind of sometimes upset Native Americans, and in between them, the Quakers were very happy to have the Scots-Irish sitting out there on the frontier to help protect them from all these Indians who might be upset from time to time. And so I'm kind of dressed as someone who might be out there more in the woods. Tad is more of a city dandy today with his nice little hat.
So at least I got my face on an American
$100 bill.
Yeah.
Well, you know, after a long day of hard work at the plow, or working in your shop, or working with wood, or whatever those frontiersmen might be doing, they'd always have some time for some music at the end of the day. And the music was very, very important. That was long before American Idol, long before TV, and all these things we take for granted as to always being on now in a vast wasteland that is 300 channels of television. They used to rely on each other. They'd look to Grandpa, Grandma for some stories. A father might sing a song. Uncle Tad might play a tune on the fiddle. That's what he's going to do right now. He's going to play a tune, an old Irish tune called the Mason's Apron.
I learned this from the American Colonial Idol. About several hundred years ago.
That's good. Very good. Well, back in the old days, you know, nearly all the cities were within just a couple of miles, or nearly all the populations were within a couple of miles of the eastern seaboard. That's because it was the quickest and easiest way to communicate or to move goods was right along the seaport towns from Boston all the way down through Georgia. And a lot of old sea songs were a big part of the treasure trove of the music of the time. We're going to sing a song now that is an old song of the sea, and it's called The Mermaid. And I don't know if you've actually, if anybody has seen the new, what's that Johnny Depp current?
Oh, I thought you meant The Little Mermaid.
No, not The Little Mermaid. The Pirates of the Caribbean. There's actually a kind of a very clever part of the movie which has to do with mermaids, sort of touching on the old sailors' myth of these mermaids. Back in the old days, if you saw a mermaid, a couple of things could happen. Like in the movie, you could fall in love with this beautiful, lovely mermaid popping up out of the water, and you hop in the water to be with her, and you drown. And that was not a good ending. And the other ending was not any better. And that was if you saw a mermaid, it was a harbinger of doom for the entire ship, and everybody was going to go down. That's kind of a combination of what happens in that movie. In this, everybody goes down, and then, well, I don't want to spoil it for you. But the mermaids are not pleasant creatures in this movie. This song talks about a mermaid from the good old days. The song is called The Mermaid. That's right, that's what the song is called. This is actually originally a lament. It was a sad song. It was sung as a forecastle song, which is toward the front of the ship. And these sailors would sing after hours these songs. And sometimes they were sad songs, sometimes they were happy and upbeat. But this song kind of became more of a happy song as generations passed. Even though everybody still dies in this song, it's still kind of a happy song by most Irish standards. So, a song called The Mermaid. Can you kick it off? One, two, three.
Well, it was time to be born when we set sail, and we were not too far from land. When our captain we spied a mermaid so fair with a comb and a glass in her hand, and the ocean waves do roll, and the stormy winds do blow, and we poor sailors were skipping at the top, while the landlubbers lie down below, 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 while the landlubbers lie down below. Well, spoke the captain of our gallant ship, and a fine-spoken man was he. He said, "This fishing mermaid has warned me of our doom. We shall sink to the bottom of the sea, and the ocean waves do roll, and the stormy winds do blow, and the poor sailors were skimming at the top, while the landlubbers lie down below, 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 while the landlubbers lie down below." Then spoke the first mate of our gallant ship, and a fine young man was he. He said, "I have a sweetheart in Frankfurt over by the sea, and tonight she'll be leaving for me. And the ocean waves do roll, and the stormy winds do blow, and we poor sailors were skipping at the top, while the landlubbers lie down below, 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 while the landlubbers lie down below."
Tad and I yesterday played at a Scottish festival in northern New Jersey. And next week we're going to be in South Jersey at the Cape May Celtic Festival on the Sunday, and I will be up in Rhode Island at the Rhode Island Celtic Festival on the Saturday. Sorry, you will not be with me, my friend. But Tad plays in a bluegrass band from Washington, D.C., and they have played really literally all over the world, and you can catch him down there in D.C. on Wednesdays sometimes down there, and you can, I guess, the Big Hillbilly Bluegrass is the name of the website, right? Big Hillbilly Bluegrass.
One time, all the people in the band were kind of big, you know. And I'm the last one. Everybody went on a diet. So I'm the last big hillbilly left.
Get this guitar.
We were on a tour. We toured Africa last year, and we went into Central Africa. And the Pygmies, we played music with the Pygmy tribe in there. And all those Pygmies were looking at me like I was food, walking food. Big pot stirring, you know. Kind of scary.
We're all talk like that.
Well, they're kind of cute people. I mean, they said, one of the guys came up to me, said something in Pygmy, and the translator translated, and I said, what did he say? He said, where's the beef?
While we're doing songs of the sea, let's do this one. It's a very old American song. And it was originally a capstan chanting, and it's called Shenandoah. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you away. We're bound away across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter. Away, you rolling river, I'll take her across the raging water. Away, we're bound away across the wide Missouri. I'm bound to you.
not be seen. Away, we're bound away across the wide Missouri, across the wide Missouri.
I want to do one more song before the halfway point here, and I think somebody might have a word or two for you at that point. We're going to sing a song that has a modern adaptation of an old 18th century song. And you've probably heard both, at least you might have heard me sing them both, if you've heard me sing before. Back in the second half of the 18th century, 1760s on, there was a, well, 77, I'm not sure when they came over now that I'm thinking about it. But I know it was in that period, I'm not sure the year, but the Shakers came over from England, kind of a messianic sect. And there really aren't any sort of original type Shakers around, although there is a Shaker village. Most of the Shakers are gone now, I would say. But they left us with some lovely furniture and this next song. And they used to sing a song like this. "'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, we'll be in the land of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we won't be ashamed, but turn will be our delight, till by turning we come out right." And about 30 years ago, a guy named Carter wrote the words to this song that goes like this. "Dance, dance, wherever you may be, I am the Lord of the dance, and He guides you all wherever you may be, and I lead you all in dancing me." Well, I danced on the morning when the world was begun, and I danced on the moon of the stars and the sun. I came down from heaven, and I danced on earth in Bethlehem. I had my birth. Dance, dance, wherever you may be, I am the Lord of the dance, and He guide you all wherever you may be, and I lead you all in dancing me. When I danced for the scribes and the Pharisees, they would dance, no, they would not follow me. I danced for the fishermen, James and John, they came with me, and the dance went on. Dance, dance, wherever you may be, I am the Lord of the dance, and I lead you all wherever you may be, and I lead you all in dancing me. And I danced on the sound, and I cured the lame. The holy people, they said it was a shame. They cut me and they stripped me, they brought me high, and they took me there on a cross to die. Dance, dance, wherever you may be, I am the Lord of the dance, and He guide you all wherever you may be, and I lead you all in dancing me. Well, they cut me down, but I left
in the dance and we dance wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance and I need you all wherever you may be, and I need you all in the dance and I need you all in the dance and
So we certainly are thrilled to have you back again, Charlie, and thank you, Ted. See you again. You know, we always come and it's always full of entertainment. Today, my body's sort of in trauma between clapping, stomping my feet, smiling from ear to ear, and shivers running up and down my back, getting a lot of exercise, and a history lesson. I learned some interesting thing about Americana that I didn't know. But our entertainment series is self-sustaining. In other words, the church doesn't pay for it. We need to pay for it. So, if you can help us out with a contribution, we'd certainly appreciate it. And we'll pass the plate now.
Please be kind, or Tad cannot afford the bus trip home. The only collection of music I can think of is Buddy, Can You Spare a Dime? Once I built a house, I'm scrambling to appropriate the theme music. We're going to sing a song right now. By the way, thank you very much for your generosity from artists who benefit from the artist series here at the church. Tad and I are always very thankful to be here. Sure. Tad has the money.
Thank you.
Yes, we'd be happy to do that. Oh yes, I was just thanking you for coming here and supporting the series and letting us sing for you also. Up where I live, I live in Chester County, Pennsylvania, and that's kind of an hour west of Philadelphia. And not too far south and east of me, back in 1777, September 11th of that year, the British were making their way up from the Chesapeake, and they wanted to take over Philadelphia, which was the capital of the colony states at that time. And this war had kind of rattled around for a couple of years since 1775, and the British thought, well, we're going to pinch it and take care of business right now by marching into Philadelphia, and we'll capture all of the politicians and all of the moneyed men of the day all at one time, and then the war will be over. Well, they're making their way up. Washington heard about it, and he and his men met them at what is now known as battlefield of Brandywine. Now, back in those days, just farmers' fields in Chad's Ford area. And the troops under Washington, they were defeated. And the British had to go through a couple more little battles before they finally did take Philadelphia. They kept it until April of the next year, 1778. And in that time, while the British kept Philadelphia, oh, and by the way, all the politicians, everybody just scattered into the countryside. They were gone. It was very, very difficult to capture everybody all at one time, which was the plan. Washington and his men hightailed it out to a crossroads, which is now known the world over as Valley Forge. Back in those days, there was a forge there. It was just in a valley. It was just a crossroads. It really wasn't known for anything at all, except the forge. Well, Washington and his troops, they marched around, and they became an army of fishermen and of farmers and of cabinet makers into an army of soldiers under von Steuben, who, with his book, was teaching them how to march and take orders and be disciplined above all things. And the war would rattle on until 1783, with some very big battles along the way, and Washington lost a whole bunch of them, but he knew that if he didn't lose the war, he was bound to win. And the British knew that they were going to lose unless they could keep their troops in the field and not be defeated by Washington. And they did the best they could until finally it was down over in Yorktown. Well, here's a song that has to do with one man who, like thousands of others, sacrificed everything, his own personal fortune and his family and his wealth, whatever he had of it, in order to give his all to the forces of General Washington and a freedom for this young nation. The song is called The Blacksmith of Brandywine.
Make it one for Washington and all his gallant men, and one for the girl that was mine. Make one for the darling boy I'll never see again, and don't forget the blacksmith of Brandywine. As we went down to Brandywine, it was a sight to see. The giant of a man with a hammer in his hand beneath the old oak tree, and scattering all around in fear and pain of disarray, a score of men who'll never fight again nor travel on the king's highway. Well, he dug his grave, covered in mourn, and sadly wept a tear. Past our day, riding on our way till we met with a musketeer. It told us all the story of a brave and angry man, but he took the British enemy with a hammer in his hand. Make it one for Washington and all his gallant men, and one for the girl that once was mine. Make it one for the darling boy I'll never see again, and don't forget the blacksmith of Brandywine. Town away from the cannon's roll. Man or mile, his woman and child, no man could ever love more. One day he heard a Tory plot to waylay Washington. He left his home and family alone to the general he did run. Sailors here and done, journey home with sorrow there he found. By British guns, his wife and son were still on the Hobart crowd. So the ground laughed a heavy selection, he gave a practice swing. They stayed on the line of Brandywine, you could hear his hammer ring. They hit one for Washington and all his gallant men, and one for the girl that once was mine. Make one for the darling boy I'll never see again, and don't forget the blacksmith of Brandywine. Make it one for Washington and all his gallant men, and one for the girl that once was mine.
Doing a couple more tunes on the fiddle. Tad, I was thinking of these old traditional tunes, Fisher's Hornpipe and the Little Red-Haired Boy. Would you be so willing to play those tunes? Well, the Fisher's Hornpipe is a hornpipe. It's an old-style hornpipe. Tad plays more at a reels pace, which is more of a faster dance tune. And Little Red-Haired Boy is an old Irish tune, which is a reel, just in 4/4 time. Little Red-Haired Boy is in the key of A, and Fisher's Hornpipe is in the key of D. Old traditional tunes, session tunes, and Tad will tell you all about them right now.
Well, one of them is called Fisher's Hornpipe, and it's we play it faster than a hornpipe. The other one's like well, we'll just play it.
Thank you, Tad. I know a lot more about the tunes now that you've told us that.
I don't know the history behind most of the songs I play, but I did go somewhere and they said, "Don't forget this," and they said, "What?" And I was the only person to not remember the Alamo. Okay, here we go. I forgot the Alamo, actually.
I'm sorry, I apologize for that.
It was kind of like a bad Smothers Brothers act.
Tad. By the way, we have some recordings in the other room. I have a brand new album out since last I was here. Tad has some recordings. For only $15, you can take home a CD of Tad. For $10, you can take home Tad. I'll throw in a couple bucks.
And for all those people from Pennsylvania, Charlie ran out of his 8-track tapes. I'm sorry.
You know, Tad is actually from Ambler, Pennsylvania. You'd never guess it by the country bumpkin accent that he kind of puts on. Hey, Charlie, hey, Charlie. He's actually from north and east of where I live. Yeah. Where'd you get that? You sound very southern.
So, I played in bluegrass bands for years.
That's what happens. You just talk
to hillbillies all the time.
We're going to sing two songs from early America. This is after the colonial period, but this first song is the first time it was sung, or so it is thought, is around 1800, and it's my favorite early American spiritual. It's called "The Poor Wayfaring Stranger."
Wayfaring stranger, a traveling through this world of woe, and there's no sickness, there's no toil, no danger in that bright land till I go. I'm going there, going there, see my father. I'm going there, no more toll. I'm going there, just over Jordan. I'm going there to find I know dark clouds will gather o'er me. I know my way is a peasant scheme, yet many schemes they for me, where God's redeemed, there's a chosen few. I'm going there, going there to see my mother. She said she'd be anywhere I go. I'm going there, just over Jordan. I'm going there to my We'd like to do another song, beautiful American folk song. Nobody quite knows where or exactly when it was first sung. First time I remember hearing this song sung was by my mother. I was just talking to my mom as I was driving down here today. When I was a kid growing up, she used to sing all around the house. And she's from Canada, and her whole family's very musical. And she used to play the piano growing up, and lots of music filled my house in large part because of my mom. Used to go around all the time singing songs. She used to sing this song. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
It's Remember the Album.
Down in the valley so low, hang your head over, hear the wind blow, hear the wind blow, hear the wind blow. Roses love sunshine, violets love dew, angels in heaven
Give my heart ease. Throw your arms around me. Give my heart ease. Send it by mail. Send it in care of. Send it in care of Birmingham jail. Build me a tower. Build me a tower. 10 stories high. 10 stories high. So I can see her. I can see her as she rides by, 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 so I can see her. She rides by, down the valley, down in the valley so long, hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Hear the wind blow, love. Hear the wind blow. Hang your head over. Hear the wind blow. Hear the wind blow. Hear the wind blow. Well, thank you so very much. You know, it's amazing how these beautiful old songs still maintain the charm that's going to make them last for centuries longer. I sure hope that's the case. Dad and I have kind of made it a purpose in our lives to sing old songs and play old tunes. They might be carried on to the next generation. And I'm so thankful that I was brought up in a household that sang these songs because I love them dearly. And it's really all I know. I never went through a rock and roll phase. Never went through any phases. The only other kind of music that I've ever sung other than traditional Celtic and old sea songs, bluegrass. I used to play in a bluegrass band years ago. My first instrument was the 5-string banjo. 5-string banjo. Got to college and realized that most college girls didn't dig the 5-string banjo. So I started playing guitar a little more. And we're going to sing a song. We have 2 more songs for you. We'll sing another song as we ease ourselves out of early America. We'll finish up with a bluegrass tune. Bluegrass music comes from old-timey music, old Scottish fiddle tunes, old Irish fiddle tunes. They were brought over in the 1770s, 78s, into the 1800s, and they became our own American bluegrass music. Well, you might recognize this song. This song was written by a fellow named Jimmy Driftwood, and he had a great tendency to take a whole bunch of history and pop it inside a few different verses. And he sang a song we sang earlier tonight called Soldier's Joy. Soldier's Joy is an old fiddle tune. He put words to that and kind of made it about the American Revolution. He touched on another war as well, the Battle of 1812, which lasted all the way to 1815. And he kind of wrote this song. I think I kicked this song.
You write one about the Alamo?
I did not. I know a song about the Alamo. We'll sing it for you some other time. We're here at that other time, and I'll make sure you come back to that so you can tell all your Alamo jokes, all those great jokes that we love so much. Well, 1914, took a little trip along Colonel Jackson down the line, Mississippi. Took a little bacon, took a little beans, and we met the bloody British in the town of New Orleans. We fired our guns in the British country. Not as many as we were. Fired one small relief on the Mississippi. And we looked down the river, we saw British coming, must have been 100,000 men on. They spent so high, they didn't do the rain. As soon as I did not feel the wind say it. Fired our guns in the British country. Not as many as we were. Fired one small relief on the Mississippi. Song for you, and we'd like to thank Paul and Alice and Dave and all the folks from the church and the concert series. Please give them a big round of applause for what they do. And our thanks to all the ladies and gentlemen who brought the goodies that we're going to enjoy in the other room after this last song is done.
I ate them all.
Another big round of applause for Tad March. See you soon. My website is charliezahm.com, and I'm on Facebook too. If you want to be my Facebook friend, please be my Facebook friend. I've been on Facebook for about 2 years now. I'm already up to 87 friends. Thank you. And we look forward to seeing you guys soon. We're going to leave you with a bluegrass tune. Actually, both of these tunes are about trains. Bluegrass, as we described earlier, came out of early American music, and now it's as popular as any form of indigenous American music, like blues or like Cajun music and stuff like that. And we're going to leave you with these songs.